Hello YouTube, Cover to Credits here today, and we're going to talk about comics. Now, in the past videos we've mentioned before, I'm a little more the comics guy than Kevin is. Kevin knows of the heroes, not necessarily a big comic guy though, no big deal. One thing I found out that DC Comics is doing that I thought was pretty cool, enough that I wanted to share it with you guys, is every once in a while they'll do variant covers where they do something that maybe references artists like Andy Warhol or something like that for a cover, and they're usually done immaculately. But what they did this time was they did all of the run for DC Comics. I think it's coming up in March, or they may have been on sale. I'm not sure how they're doing it yet, but are variant posters or variant covers for movie posters and movies, older movies, newer movies. There'll be a bunch of them. So we're going to be looking at my laptop with the images on them. Kevin hasn't seen these yet. I'll show you what we are looking at, so you'll see what we see also. So we're just going to kind of start from the beginning. You know, they do a really cool thing where it's pretty exact with a lot of this stuff. They do a Steve McQueen Bullet poster, but they have it for Catwoman. That's kind of neat, isn't it?
I don't understand whether the connection there.
Well, no, believe me, there is no connection to a lot of these.
Okay.
It literally is.
I didn't know if it was supposed to be like some deeper meaning.
I don't, not that I'm aware of. But I mean, there are some movies on here I've never seen.
Car chase doesn't scream Catwoman.
Not to me either. But you know, I thought maybe it was the look of the character on there. I mean, he's all in black, and so they just put whoever.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool contrast.
Yeah. But. Well, there's some other ones that you're just like, really, and then a couple that are hilarious. Like, there's definitely 3 or 4 here that I would buy and put on the wall, hands down, that I would like to do. All right. So the next cover we're gonna do is the Batman comic, and this is one I would buy personally and hang on the wall, like frame it with a couple of the other ones of these, but. It's a mask variant that to me is awesome.
That is pretty slick. I like that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the way they did this, and like it's a throw to the mask, and both of which it pairs very well. This one made perfect sense to me.
Yeah, it does make perfect sense to me.
All right, now this next one to me is one of the funniest ones, but it's still cool. I don't care what you say about it. All right,
I think cool might be a little strong.
Aquaman and Free Willy. I mean, Free Willy was a movie from what we were young.
Oh, I don't think.
But it's a movie that I liked when we were younger. No, I think it was later than that. I think it was late 90s.
I don't know.
Either way, Aquaman, the orca jumping over its head, that's still hilarious to me. When I first saw that, I definitely started laughing, but I'm like, that's funny, especially now that Aquaman's not a pushover. To throw back like this is pretty good, I thought. All right, the next one we're going to cover is the Superman Wonder Woman comic, and the it's fitting. It's fitting. So you see, it's Superman and Wonder Woman as Rhett Butler and Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind.
That's good. I like that.
I thought it was pretty good. I mean. That's a huge relationship right now in DC Comics, so I thought it was kind of funny how they played it up. I even like how they did go as far as like to put a new catchphrase at the top and to put the character names in the actors' names. I thought that some of that stuff was actually kind of cool. They did it for these posters. We're going to keep moving though. The next one we did was another one of my favorites. I liked it a lot. It's kind of a lesser-known comic right now, but I think if all is going well with a possible movie down the line, that it's going to be something that's a lot more in the front of in everybody's foreground. And it's Justice League Dark, and it's a Beetlejuice variant cover.
That is interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even know who's in Justice League Dark.
Deadman is Beetlejuice. I believe it's either Zatanna or I'm not sure for the bride character, and then that's Constantine.
It is confusing.
And it's just a cool cover. I mean, they have it above the Hall of Justice with the other Justice League characters looking up at them in front, if you notice it. It's a good one. I mean, these all are legit. Now, the next one we'll cover was a movie that I had only heard of a little bit. And it ends up that they're going to be doing, I think it's an HBO show, covering, that's named the same thing, that sounds interesting. I think it's HBO. I'm not sure what channel it is. So, alright, so Sinestro is a spin from the Green Lantern character. Sinestro is one of the villains in Green Lantern. I believe it's a Yellow Lantern. But, and it's a Westworld spin-off. Now, Westworld was a Western that I guess it can be considered a Western. I'm not sure how you consider it. But I know
Sci-fi Western?
Yeah, kind of. What happens is what they're doing now is there's an amusement park that has a Western area called, I believe, Westworld. And there's a gunslinger that's a robot that comes into play every day. And something goes haywire and like the robots aren't necessarily acting the same way. I'm not sure what the story is. Either way, I thought they kind of did this cool. I mean, it is kind of off the beaten path, but it's off the beaten path
pretty
enough
far
that for Sinestro, I thought it fit okay. I mean,
he's kind of out of left field.
He is kind of okay. Now this next one's one of my favorite ones. Okay, I'm a big Bruce Lee fan. I like a lot of his old movies. Well, obviously they're all older, but I like a lot of his movies. The cheesy kung fu action movies are legit. And that's the poster we're showing you next. We have a Grayson, which is the Dick Grayson storyline right now. And it is an Enter the Dragon poster, which is definitely one of my favorite Bruce Lee movies.
That would be cool. I'd mind with that one.
That one I thought was pretty legit. I like that a lot. And again, like the details and like who they've got in there and everything else, it's really cool. Now, the next poster we'll show you, we'll just show you. It's The Flash and North by Northwest. Now, even if you haven't seen North by Northwest, most people have seen the iconic plane chasing the guy down the road in the middle of the cornfields. And it's just fitting that they use the Flash for that, being that what kind of plane is going to catch him anyway. But I thought this was, it's to the point, and I liked it. You know, it's something kind of different, kind of an old school look.
They should have changed them out of Rushmore, I think.
I thought about that too. Change the faces to like, to what though? Superhero characters? I mean, because in theory, Flash could be on the Mount Rushmore of superhero characters.
Came up with something.
Alright, so the next few, we have a few sci-fi spin-offs. So the first one we're going to show you is this. Green Lantern spin into Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey. Now, it's very fitting, especially if you think about the storyline of Green Lantern, where how he the beginning of his storyline and everything like that, and like meeting all these other races of aliens and everything else. I thought the poster looks good. I love that they've got the other lanterns in the front instead of the other astronauts. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the bottom part's cool, especially with the other lanterns. That's interesting. Although he looks way too buggy-eyed for that.
To me, this one though made sense. To where like the Sinestro one was a stretch.
That's pretty big.
This made sense. You're dealing with space. You're dealing with space. Alright, so the next one we're going to do is a funny one to me because I've seen the movie and I kind of like the poster or the cover, but it's, well, we'll show you again. That's right, folks. It's Prince's Purple Rain as the Batgirl cover. Now, I love the fact that Batman's in the doorway behind her, and I just thought that was funny. Instead of
that is a pretty funny poster.
It's Purple Rain is not even a bad movie if you like any Prince's music, but I thought that was It's a pretty good poster. And again, that to me makes sense. It just does the way it looks. It looks kind of funny, and they look a lot alike. I mean, alright, the next one we're going to cover is an older one, but once you see it, to me, it also kind of clicked together. That is the current Harley Quinn comic and Jailhouse Rock, the Elvis Presley movie from back in the day. I thought that was fitting.
That's pretty good.
I thought that was pretty good, and we'll continue. The next cover we have, that was my first reaction as well. We have Batman and Robin as Harry Potter. Now, I'll say it, I'm not that big a Harry Potter guy, just never was.
What?
Listen.
I
like Harry Potter. I'm just not a huge fan. I'm not going to be able to answer trivia questions about Harry Potter. I'm just not. But Batman I am. So when you see how they cover the poster and do all of the characters in the background, I thought that was pretty good. I like this one a lot. Because instead of Potter in the middle, they've got Robin, and I liked it a lot. What do you think? Well, you laughed right off the bat.
It's pretty freaking funny.
Yeah, instead of the owl, you just have a giant bat flying above them.
That's pretty freaking funny.
The next one is off the beaten path a little bit.
I love that movie.
Alright.
It was so awesomely bad.
Here's what we're talking about. That's right, folks. Justice League United and Mars Attacks.
I loved freaking Mars Attacks.
Oh, Mars Attacks.
I watched that movie 15 times.
Mars Attacks is definitely a classical kind of bad movie. Awesome, you know. But
who's the chick there? I don't remember.
that I'm not sure of, and I'm not sure about. I know, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure who that is. I know that's the Martian Manhunter, and I think
that one I got.
I'm not sure about the head either. That's the thing that I'm not sure about. I don't know that much about Justice League United. I know that sounds bad, but I just don't. Odds are down here in the credits. It will tell you who it is. Actually,
I can't read that.
It might tell you at the top here. Nope, those are actual artist names instead of actors' names.
Killing me, dude.
Sorry. So some of these you'll have to look into a little more. Most of them we get the idea, but Justice League United, I'm not that sure about. The next one I liked a little bit too. Here it is. Wonder Woman, done as 300.
I see it.
Yeah, I mean, it made sense to me. The connection between the Amazons to the Spartans, I kind of liked. What did you say?
I said Wonder Woman is ripped, by the way.
Yeah, she is.
Making me feel bad as a man.
I also liked the twist on a line from 300 that they put above that.
Too.
Instead of the "Tonight We Dine in Hell," they put "Tonight We Dine in Themyscira," which is where Wonder Woman's from. I thought that was pretty good. I liked it. I mean, it's nowhere near as much of a stretch as some of the other ones.
No.
All right, so then we have this, which is Batman, Superman, and The Fugitive. If you've seen The Fugitive, you know Tommy Lee Jones is a large part of that movie also. And in the reflection on the train, you see Tommy Lee Jones' face. So then, once you know that, the Batman Superman cover made a little more sense. Because you see Batman fairly clearly, but Superman is kind of the blur on the side. So that would make sense why they did it. I thought that was kind of clever.
I never got that if they didn't put them side by side.
That they're next to it. Yeah.
The other ones I would have gotten, but that one I would have never gotten.
Well, with The Fugitive, you see that's a subway car.
Mm-hmm.
With Batman and Superman, it looks just like it's a beam of light. Like
it's too smeared.
Like he's Star Trek teleporting in. I mean, I don't know. The next one, kind of you'll see. I enjoyed this next one. That's right, Supergirl and the Wizard of Oz. The main reason that I enjoyed this next one were the Lion, the Scarecrow, and the Tin Man. I also liked the way they made the things, the way they made Supergirl look and everything else. But still, I thought that was interesting. Instead of the Emerald City, it looks like Metropolis, kind of. I thought that was interesting. The next one's another throwback to another sci-fi movie. We have the Green Lantern Corps and Forbidden Planet. Now, most people have seen the Forbidden Planet robot, whether or not you realize it's the Forbidden Planet robot. Domed head, bunch of mechanical in the glass. You've probably seen this robot in different places.
Yeah.
They used to see the toys that looked just like it a lot. Kind of before our time, but you saw the toys. But I like how he's carrying the woman, the damsel, and you've got the core, and he's carrying Hal Jordan. I believe it's Hal, yeah. Actually, it could be Jon Stewart. I'm not sure. From where we are, I can't tell. But I thought it was kind of a neat one. Again, enough space between them in Green Lantern. This made sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The next one, another one of my favorite, not necessarily my favorite, but one of the ones I liked. Detective Comics, The Matrix.
That's a cool cover.
I like this one a lot with the people that they have on the cover. You've got Batman in the Red Hood, Catwoman, and I believe it's supposed to be Gordon. I'm not 100% on that last guy, but it's the Matrix cover with Keanu Reeves and everybody, and I thought that one fit well. I liked it. I don't necessarily know that there's a giant connection. I just think the setup looks cool.
I agree.
And you would have been able to get Matrix probably.
I would have been able to get it.
Yeah. The next one is one of the funny ones, I thought.
That is pretty
good.
Funny.
Here's what we're looking at. That's right, folks. Superfly from the 70s and Superman. I just, when I first saw this, I was like, that's funny. It really is. Like, Superfly's got a pistol and money in his hands, and Superman's just carrying a chain. I'm like, oh, all right, I guess, okay. The car, the whole thing just is funny to me. I thought this was a good one. Next one is Teen Titans and the Lost Boys. Again, the lineup looks cool, the black and white, and if you've seen the Lost Boys cover, it makes sense. Like you've seen the connections there. Something different. Yeah. The next one here is one of my favorites again. It is Superman Action Comics and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Now, Bill and Ted's another classic movie that, did you see a lot when you were younger? Mm-hmm. Oh, I watched a lot too. So you've got Superman and Doomsday on top of the telephone booth, and instead of it being full of Napoleon and Plato, I think Socrates, Socrates, they have the other, you got the reference, they have the other Batman, other dimension Batmans inside the telephone booth. I thought that was pretty good.
That is pretty good.
And anytime you can make a Socrates reference, it's a good day. Now, this is one of the funniest, the funniest I had seen. As bad as it sounds, it's like, I would put, if I had a handful of these and could frame them, I would put that with it.
Yeah,
I would.
That would have to
I would. This is what we're talking about. That's right, folks. Justice League and Magic Mike. Now,
that's good.
I when I first saw this, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But they've got everyone's crest is on their chest. And I just love the comparisons.
That is hysterical.
I thought that was pretty
gold.
good. That, my friends, is the best way to end this video. We went long. We hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what your favorites are. It's something different. DC Comics is doing some cool things. If you like this, we can go into some more comic stuff down the road. But thanks. So like, subscribe.
Thanks for staying until after the credits.